is the eminent guest from KuKe Associates. KuKe Associates is a company which has nominated their project in Global Architect Builder Awards Bangkok Edition and have won in the category of the best interior designer in modern housing segment. So today with us is Mr. Tanmay from KuKe Associate. And before starting the interview, I would like to tell a little bit about the KuKe Associate in a whole. So journeying through decades in architecture, interior design, landscape design, and master planning, KuKe Associates has grown into an ardent follower of both school of thoughts, functionality, and beauty, which dictates the thought process behind every design laid out by the firm. Founded by architect Harshad Prajapati in 1989 and takes the legacy forward in his son, architect Tanmay Prajapati, KuKe Associates is based in Gujarat and Rajasthan in India, but has successfully completed projects worldwide. KuKe designs all types of commercial, residential, institutional, industrial, recreational, and religious projects with equal zeal and meticulousness. KuKe Associates works with its modern outlook towards fine architecture and its quest for creating monumental edifices with futuristic design and concepts. It metaphorically leaves its mark on the lives of people with which hits signature elements that expresses the potent philosophy of life. So we heartily welcome Mr. Tanmay to you on this platform today.
Thank you, Shika. It has been my pleasure to be connected with GABA. It has been such a wonderful pleasure. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tanmay. And I just got a little introduction and I just got a little chance to know you better. I would like to ask from you yourself, how is the experience from the real estate going on and what is the main segment and forte of your work?
Great. Wonderful question. You almost asked me everything in just one question. My journey in this industry has been almost 10 years. And my father, who established my firm, has been in the industry for more than 3 decades. So our journey has been a wonderful journey. And let's say after COVID, the journey was a little bit disturbed. But from last 2 years, we are having a wonderful, wonderful progress. And even in real estate, I would tell you, we are quite facing a little bit challenges because, our industry is a design industry. And every few days, I would rather say every hour, the new trend starts in our industry. We
Absolutely.
go through many architects all around the world and we learn from them. There are architects who also learn from us. But there has not been a day where I have not stopped learning architecture in my life. And our forte basically is in architecture and interior designing and master planning. We are also focused on landscape designs. But let me tell you very frankly, we are always keen to work for the project, whether it is architectural project or interior design project or landscape or master planning. We always make sure that we give the world something new because our tagline is something like this: because your space matters. That's what we believe in. So whether we design interior or architecture or landscape or master planning, everything is about a space design. So we always focus on the space that we are designing for someone, and we always make sure that we always come up with a unique idea, an idea what we call in language is trendy idea. That's what we focus on. And yeah, touch wood, we have successfully established those ideas into our work.
Absolutely great, sir, to hear this. And of course, one's design or one's house is the individual impression of oneself.
Yes,
So that
yes.
is really a great thing that you are keeping it all the time in the mind. That's really great.
Yes.
So, Mr. Tanmay, please do let us know what about the project which you have nominated in Global Architect Builder Awards, and what are the specifications, and what is the you can see the crux of the house which you have designed.
Yes, right. Very nice question. So whenever, let me tell you precisely about this project and also the philosophy that we carry in our mind. So whenever we design for any person, whether it's an interior project or any other project, as I said earlier, your space matters. So every individual design that we do for everyone who comes to our office and appoint us as a designer, we make sure that we understand the client's requirement and try to establish this requirement into a reality. So sometimes I always tell my interns who comes to my office or the architects who meet me or junior architects, I always tell them that we are the people who convert people's dreams into reality because they are not good at executing into reality. They are good at dreaming
Absolutely.
it. They have a baby
Absolutely.
dream, and then we always try to, mold those dreams into a certain shape, and then we execute it on the ground. So in this particular project, the the house was designed for only three members: husband, wife, and they have one son. So the house was supposed to be a very clean, minimal, and open house because the house lady always wanted to connect to nature. Her idea was to connect to nature and very less furniture elements. She had a very, you know, defined urge to not to put a lot of furniture elements in the house and try to derive partitions which are visually disconnecting two spaces, but they are in reality connecting to the two different spaces at the same time. So that was a very typical thing
Quite a
into,
challenge.
yeah, quite a challenge. So if you go through the images, you will find that there is a partition between drawing room and dining room. So human eye can collect a first glimpse of that particular element as in partition. But at the second time, in the second glimpse, the same human eye will collect that partition in a manner that you can see through the partition and feel the whole volume as one, drawing and dining. Because for that particular house, the drawing room was also the living room. At the same time, the space designed for the son. Their son is a tennis player. He loves to play tennis a lot and he has been playing tennis since almost 5 years. So the house lady wanted me to design a room based on a theme of a tennis. So successfully we did it. If you'll go through the images, you'll find it that there is a huge tennis ball artwork and there are
Yes,
graphically
we
designed
have gone
elements.
through, and those pictures will be included in this video as well. It is really
Yeah,
beautiful.
thank you so much. And there is one more image if you'll see the master bedroom. So same way the master bedroom, the beautiful part of this house design was the house lady was very defined of every single element of what she wanted in her home as a part of interior and even as a part of aesthetics. So it was very, it becomes, sometimes it becomes easy, but sometimes it becomes very challenging because you are not sure how to accumulate all the ideas into reality.
True,
But we did it.
absolutely.
It's a very niche background of rock wall. It's basically a laminate that we have used. It is made of rock particles. It's been imported laminate, and those laminates were very nicely, panelized on the back of the bed, and all the other parts of the room was were kept without any paneling, just like the walls and color. That's it. So it was a very highlighting point of that particular bedroom. A silent yet fascinating at the same time.
That's really great. And how elaboratively you have explained it, that's also really nice.
Thank you.
And
Thank
to meet one's imaginary images and to be into this reality, it is really a tough task. We know this and we understand this at the core. So it is
you.
really
Yeah.
great, great job you have done, Mr. Tan. Okay, so Mr. Tanmay, how much time you have got to execute this process from start till the end?
So generally, in terms of interiors, we always take around 2 months to design the whole concept because we are very sure about executing the project. And like unlike other, I'm not sure about other working style, but as far as I've learned, we have started a very beautiful way of working with the client. We always make sure that we first try to understand the client, then we try to understand his, what we call is financial conditions, how much money he or she wants to put in, and then we come up with a very beautiful designs. We always try to make that designs are more functional, at the same time it has to be very aesthetical, and then we make all the 3ds realistic 3D images of every single corner of the house. We convey the same 3D images to the client. We make sure the client agrees to every single part of the house. So this process takes somewhere around 1.5 to 2 months, and then we execute. So once we have all the 3ds, all the designs, everything ready with one file, one folio, it becomes easier for our agencies to work faster and deliver the product faster. So
Absolutely.
let's say when we start the work from the day one, we have the picture and purchasing elements to executing elements to every single thing, even financial, what do I call is, um,
Specifications or constraints?
yeah, financial constraints. And let me tell you,
Yeah.
uh, so from the day one, the person knows how much money at what time he has to involve or he has to pay. So in that execution, we take somewhere around 2.5 months, not more than that, because from the day one we have everything ready. So all the agencies are have free hand and they can start the work and collaborate with each other and execute the work at the fastest pace. So let's say the whole project is completed in around maximum time of 5 months. But in
Okay.
the huge villas, like we are doing a very beautiful villa in on a Sindhubon Road. It's one of the most prime location of Ahmedabad. So it's about 10 BHK villa. Even in that case, day one, we have all the designs ready and already conveyed to the client and approved by the client. So in that case, we are hardly gonna take 2 months more than what we generally take. So let's say 7 to 8 months, that's it. That's the time we take on an interior project. And when it comes to architecture, we take around 3 months to design and execute all the drawings. And once the drawings are ready, the project takes around 1.5 to 2 years to execute. That's the time limit we get.
Okay, that's great. In between this hustle bustle and the approvals from clients, hope the clients are not so picky. Otherwise,
Yeah.
yes, it is really you have a tight timelines. I know this thing. Every architect and
So
interior
best
designing, it is really a
on the
challenging.
day one, the best part is on the day one of execution, we make sure the client is even ready with the finalization of the curtains also. So on the day
Right,
one,
right.
which curtains are going to be there, which light
Yeah.
fitting is going to be there, what part of the house would look like what, every single thing is been finalized by the client with the help of my team.
Absolutely. And this is really a challenging job. As the way you are, elaborating it, it's really, really challenging, it seems. So that's really great thing. And this is what, you are specialized for. And this is what you put the values of one's client in their house or in their, nearby area. So this is what is the best job for you.
So
So that's really great. Okay, so any sustainability features, Mr. Tanmay, in the house which you have, you
I
have
already did
already.
my I already did my PhD, not PhD, but my research on green building architecture. So
Mhm.
I'm very well aware of the green building aspects. Not
That's
only
nice.
interior, whatever design that I go through, any
Mhm.
space that we design for our clients, we always make sure that the design has to be environment friendly, sustainable, and green architecture. Every material that we use, we always make sure that we think about the embodied energy. It's an elaborated terminology for the elements energy, what we call part of green building.
Right.
We always make sure about the embodied energy of that particular element or for that particular material that we use. And that's all. Like, we are always concerned about the green building architecture, and we make sure that we execute it in our every single design that we do.
That's really great because sustainability, as it is the need of our a lot of buildings and a lot of infrastructure is going on nowadays, and everything is going on a sustainability mode.
That's
So
right.
because it is a need for the future generations as well. If we will not be
Yes.
just moving in that line, I don't know where we will be heading. So
That's
that's
correct.
really great. That's really great. So, Mr. Tanmay, I just want to move ahead with your winning in Global Architect Builder Awards. So, how are you feeling by winning in the category of Global Architect Builder Awards in an interior segment for modern housing on the global platform?
Wow, amazing. That's what I felt. It was like one of my dream comes coming true. And I thank GABA for the same. They recognized my caliber, my skills, and granted me this award. It was my dream to be a person who receive a GABA award. It has been my dream. I mean, in this particular category, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because
Thank
when your efforts come to something what you call is an award,
you. Right.
you feel satisfied. So awards are
Absolutely.
something which gives you satisfaction of your efforts, and I appreciate for
Absolutely.
your.
And Mr. Tanvi, we have missed you in the physical ceremony, although, but we will definitely believe that we will be going ahead for and to meet you in physical, in person at the Global Architect Builder Awards further editions.
Thank you. We'll be waiting for the next session.
Thank you so much. Yes, of course. And we hope that you will be having a lot of new projects and which will be purely sustainable or, in the modern technology or in the modern infrastructure so that you can definitely nominate them in the global platform and again win the great recognition for your firm. So we heartily
Thank you.
congratulate you, Mr. Tanmay, and your whole team for this award and for the winning. And one last question as we are
Yeah,
just
please.
turning off this. So, any message you want to give to your fellow architects or your friends in the same industry?
Ooh, you know, there can never be a message from an architect to an architect because all the architects have different philosophies and they all are good at what they are doing. But if you insist, there's one thing I would like to tell all the my architect fellows in the same industries that we are the people who design the lifestyle of the people. We should not be the people who, exaggerate the lifestyle by looking at somebody else's lifestyle and design it for somebody who is not wanting that particular lifestyle. So in sometimes I see that it, the client is a bit fascinated by somebody's architecture or something like that, and they at the same time they forget the sustainability or green building architecture or any aspect of it, and they just start doing anything at the same time. So I would not look, I cannot say that that is wrong or this is right, but yeah, it's a request because I do it. I always make sure that I satisfy my client first and satisfy the need of the generation and the future generations to come, and then to take a step towards the next design. That's what I want to tell you. Thank you, Shika.
Absolutely, absolutely
Thank
great thoughts,
you
sir.
and your team for giving me such a wonderful award. It has been pleasure for me and my team, and I make
And
sure that I keep up doing good work, and you guys keep appreciating my work.
of course, Mr. Tanmay, and it is really, although it is a small chit chat, but it is really fun having a talk with the person like you, because you have elaborated the things in such a way that is completely understand with the normal people, and also one has to, would like to tell one, say one thing over here. One has to have their own signature, right? As you are saying that you do have your own sense of design, and you have your own things, like you are going for the sustainability and green building and all. So yes, this is really an appreciable thing, because we believe that all our generation, the people who are specialized in anything, whether it is related to environment, related to machinery, infrastructure, and all, it is really necessary to have our planet friendly infrastructure and the planet friendly, environmental friendly.
I follow your instruction also.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tanmay, and we really appreciate your time and efforts, and we hope to see you soon in the next year. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.